I mean, that's pretty funny.
I can move it. It pays the rent. Yes. We're looking. We're seeing. Very excited.
Debate pause for all candidates. Hello? Hello? Are you there?
Hello?
What's up?
Hang on one sec. What?
What's up, John Doe? How are you?
Oh, yeah.
John
Hello?
Doe.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, man?
Hey.
Yo.
Sorry, did you get it going?
Yeah, it's
Get
going.
it ready?
Oh, it's going.
Oh, shit, am I on it then?
Yeah, nobody's watching.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. Someone said hello and then left.
So can you actually, like, share videos and stuff on this? Like, your screen?
Good morning, Joe Bradford. Joe? Joy? Joy Bradford. Good morning.
I need to go to YouTube so I can see these comments.
Sorry, man. What was the question?
Me or what?
You. Yeah, you. Sorry.
So can we actually watch videos on this thing?
I think so. I'm just gonna go to YouTube. Can you see it? Probably
Well,
not.
I'm just about to go into it. Oh yeah.
Can you see this?
It's like a minute or two behind us.
Can you see this though? What I'm playing?
Step by
On YouTube?
Yeah.
step.
Why Nog
Home
is
by
actually
home.
pretty awesome. Do you see that?
Why no? What?
Do you see the
No.
video I'm playing?
Nah?
Okay. Anybody else in the chat? And also, this is just we're actually not watching anything. This is a Q&A. So
Sure, yeah.
So for those who've always been itching to ask Cogent Canine a question, I'm all fucking ears like a little puppy dog. And also, Alien Nation, the one and only, is here to mediate and make sure I don't bite anybody's face off. So, questions, and also we'll be trying to see if any of these videos work. So really, this doesn't work?
Neighborhood after neighborhood.
I can see a video on there now.
But
From Shadle
volume? Do you got volume on it?
to Millwood,
No, I can't hear it.
Manitou to Indian Trail,
I could
Lippy
probably hear
Lake
it if
to
I
Eagle
turn the
Ridge,
YouTube video on. The sound for it.
the Perry District.
Well, if you were
Kendall
maybe
Yards.
on like the stream,
A house doesn't make
you
a
might be able to
community.
hear it.
Yeah.
It's the people in those homes and neighborhoods.
I thought I
that
would have
do
been able
that.
to see it through Google
With
Hangouts.
thousands of homes.
You know, we can read some articles. What if I pull up an article? Like,
Yeah, do that.
Can I do that? Like, what if we go to Google News? Can you see that?
It's lagged like 2 minutes behind on my video, on my stream.
Oh, well, what? But oh yeah, that's right. Because I'm totally not in Google Hangout. But sorry.
But still in the Wine Nog is actually a pretty awesome video. But yeah, just go play whatever you want.
No, I'm gonna try share screen. Okay, there we go. Share your entire screen. Yes. Share. All right. Can you see? it
Okay,
now?
I see it. Yeah.
Okay,
see
so we're just gonna look up some shit here. This is what I usually do each morning, is that I just go to, you know, World or US, and I
Google
just,
News. Corporate
Right.
news.
Well, it's usually like I kind of read into it that too. I'm like, am I getting the real story? But if that's the case, then this is what other people are getting too, right? So
Yeah. Let's read something.
as like what, like I'm thinking, what I also like to do is I like to look up keywords and then just look up what's going on with that. So like if you look up censored, if you look up racist sometimes, or if you look up atheist sometimes, or religion or Islam. Muslim leader meets Pope Francis, calls for Islam that sees no infidels. Well, that's That's good, right? What we also
Yeah.
what is this? Angelus News? That seems like a
Religious thing.
religious site.
Yep.
I never go to the religious sites. Ever. Fuck that. Big think why the defacing of
Defacing.
Islam is a threat of all American. Why? Okay, yeah, we gotta read this one, guys. It seems odd to me. Why the defacing of Islam is a threat to all American religions.
Defacing? Who's doing that?
I don't know, but it seems like that'd be a good thing, wouldn't it?
It should happen to all religions.
A number of Christian conservatives figures, including Pat Buchanan and Austin Ruse, were aligning their political religious worldview with Islam in an attempt to separate from liberal Democrats. Just over a decade later, the same men were branding Islam as a purely political system while claiming it's actually not a religion at all, and thereby not protected by American religious liberal laws. Such a pivot has important consequences of Islam in the eyes of courts deemed not to be a religion. Then Muslims are. This seems like Muslims are no longer protected by the freedom of religion clause. While such a notion seems absurd, given that Islam is the planet's second largest faith, there is a precedent for this argument, writes lawyer and scholar. Myth 1: Islam is not a religion. Where is this coming from? First off, where is this coming from? Just some fucking random dude?
Yeah.
Udin knows this topic well. In 2010, she represented the Islamic Center of blah blah blah, which was building a new mosque roughly. See, we got to go further into this. This is just retarded on its face.
I know. It's
Islam
boring
is
shit out
a
of me too.
monolith. Religious liberty protects religions.
Did you make a video about Trudeau and the blackface thing?
I did not. No. You got any thoughts on it?
I really don't give a shit that he did it. Really?
So how you spell Trudeau? How you spell blackface? I'll just go blackface.
I mean, when was the latest one done? I haven't like followed it that closely.
Isn't it like 3 a.m. over there? Yeah, it's way later than that, bro.
Is it really? Have you been awake all fucking night, dude?
Oh, my schedule's all over the place. I don't have one. Chicago is a depressing. Well, the bottom half is. Chicago is a tad bit depressing, sure. Also, keep the questions rolling in. We're here to answer them. Enough of the fucked up Christian privilege happy horse shit. I agree, man. I agree. Where were we? We were going to the. We're on Stefan Molyneux's Twitter.
Oh fuck, dude. Are you still on his Twitter? Has he blocked you?
No, not yet.
I posted some of the juiciest stuff on our group.
No, I know. I didn't want to go to the group though, just because.
Yeah.
You know.
Who knows what people will see in there?
Yeah, I don't want to let people know.
Hey there, y'all. Hey there, Tim V.
What is that? Who's that supposed to be?
Someone in the chat just said, "Hey there, y'all."
Oh, look at this. It is a compulsion for Trudeau. He has lived a shallow, silly, consequence-free life.
That's right.
Like,
consequence-free is the fucking president, or prime minister, or whatever they fucking got in Canada.
I just love that. Like, at this time, like, he was, like, scantily clad, going around, wearing blackface. Everyone had a problem with it, and he was like, ha ha ha, I'm an evil little shit-tard, and no one can do a single thing about it. I think it was just more the fact that, here's the thing, too, he would protect it in this area, but then you shit on it in the next, which is weird about the whole left versus right divide, because, like, someone will be like, oh, it's fine, but in the next minute be like, oh, this is fucking terrible.
I never really feel like it's terrible. Depends how it's done, I guess.
Well, I just mean, like, how people will say, like, when they're left wing versus right wing, how it switches, the narrative will switch.
Oh, yeah.
Almost entirely.
Just like that, they were calling out the Liberals for using that, what's that Gerda's name? Gerda someone? You know, that environmental chick?
Yeah, what is it? Thunberg. Greta Thunberg.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
How they were calling out Liberals for fucking defending her and using children to push an agenda and all this sort of shit.
Yeah. What you mean, liberals or conservatives doing that?
Well, conservatives complaining about it.
No, like yeah, I get.
And then the reverse will happen if there's some conservative child that comes out.
No, that definitely is the case, and I do see what you're talking about with Greta, but that is the case. You know how like a conservative will say, well, if a kid was out there and he was speaking against climate change, or he was speaking for he was a pro-life advocate and he was doing it, he wouldn't get the same response as Greta Thunberg, right? And I think that's the case. It absolutely is the case that there is bias there.
Yeah.
But it's for the right reason. It's because there's a correct position, and most people can see the correct.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, most people can see the correct position, right? So whether or not you like a child as an advocate, the fact is what she's saying is correct. So it's really hard to speak against truth. You know what I mean? Even if someone...
but they just brainwashed her.
Right, what? That's what the right would say, right? StephBot is a weird fellow indeed. Oh, you love Greta Joy? Do you? I bet you
Let's
do.
go to
I love Greta
StephBot's
too.
fucking YouTube
I went off
channel.
on the grid. I went off the grid, so to speak. You did, Tim? Long time. I have been online in quite a while. Oh, well, yeah, shit, it has been a while, Tim. Would you start being like an independent citizen or whatever they call those? Like an off the grid. I forget what they call those in America, but glad to have you back. Don't go not paying taxes for too long. But what was that, Alien?
Yeah, I was gonna say we should go check out Stefan's Free Domain Radio fucking YouTube. See what he's got up there now.
But we can't watch YouTube videos, can we?
Oh, can't we?
No, I don't think so.
You can't do that? The audience will be able to see it. I don't know if I will, but...
Yeah, I see. That's the problem is, will be off.
Alright, let's just ask fucking...
Why did I type in YouTube? Jesus.
Oh, no, I can see the YouTube, but let's see if the sound works. Just test it on a video.
Oh, I want to talk to you, and I've been facing this like really...
No, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, so it won't work.
Fuck that. We gotta figure this shit out one day.
Well, I was just looking through the timeline. So we're looking through his timeline right now just to see some of the juicy shit you were bringing up earlier. When it was the government killing innocent students. We didn't ban guns when it was the government killing innocent students.
Oh, burn liberals.
Look at this one. I'm sorry, that's pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad. That's not bad. 14-year-old looking at my first paycheck. You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your taxation.
Yeah, they're not going, fuck yeah, $300. Woo! Nah, they're worried about those taxes.
I know, but this is 15-year-old.
Everyone's always worried about the taxes.
15-year-old me was getting a federal income tax, right? But 14-year-old me didn't understand that the world had to be run with money. You know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, but they're applying that to everybody, I think.
What, this?
The taxation thing, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Realizing that you've got to pay taxes, and they're still bitching about it when they're 30 or 40 and realize that it fucking goes towards the greater good.
Yeah,
and they're still bitching about paying taxes.
Yeah, but this is coming from Stefan, so this would be this would be not agreeing with it. This would be 14-year-old looking at me at my first paycheck. You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your taxation. Anyways, we'll get back to that one. FBI covers Al-Qaeda plot to just sit back and enjoy collapse of the United States. You know, that's so true, though. Lately it has been. I'm just kidding. What are we talking about? She's a great wife. What is this?
What's this about?
Oh, this one's good. This one's good. Leftists tend to be physically weak.
Yeah, that's true.
Upper body strength often determines a preference for free markets.
Oh yeah, Bill Gates. He's fucking buff as shit, man.
No, wait. This sentence right here. This sentence. Upper body strength often determines preference for free markets.
So why isn't Stefan hitting the gym more? He'd be earning more money.
That's crazy. Is that actually a real stat? Do people
No,
with
of course
big,
it's fucking not.
people with
Look,
big muscles
most
prefer free markets?
most of the richest cunts in the world are either fat fucking pigs or like skinny fucking nerds.
Oh wait, shit. God damn it, no, go back.
Oh, what'd you do? Now we gotta scroll through all this shit again.
No, we're good.
What the fuck? The chat's been talking a bit.
Is it? God is good. God sucks, man. David Walsh, the Chicago Whitehawk, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. See you later. Isn't that 3 a.m. over there? We already went through this. Damn, I'm way behind. What the fuck? Why isn't my... Oh, there we go.
Steph knows we should all buy our own private roads. Steph is so strong and smart and free.
He fucking... Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He knows best, always. What is that screaming you have in the background?
They're frogs, dude.
Those are frogs? You're outside again, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fucking frogs. No, I'm just murdering people. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I gotta show that one.
I have to pee. Guys, I have to pee, so,
Ask a question and get a boring response. Come on.
Can you guys hear this?
I think I
brain
drank
and that
for 3
body,
weeks,
I don't know
fell off
how
the
you gotta
wagon, had
That
many
is
adventures,
nothing. Why are you
ended up
yelling
in
at me? I
detox.
didn't do anything to you.
Idiot. You're dumb. You have no brain in that body. I don't know how you got a biology
He's
degree,
mentioning
darling.
the alcoholism and I'm fucking
You wanna
drinking.
laugh at me like that?
I am laughing.
Ironic.
I hope somebody holds you down and rapes you.
Oh, did you hear that?
No, what?
This bitch just said, I hope someone holds you down and rapes you.
Who said that?
Wow.
On the Twitter.
Very tolerant, guys. You're wishing
Dude, I
rape
can't
on
hear
me.
it.
Do I deserve...
Oh, what the
That
fuck?
is nothing. Why
I
are
gotta
you
go to
yelling at
that. I'll go with it on mine.
I think we've...
Stefan.
And also, this is a question Q&A, guys. So, anything you want to hear right now from Cogent K9, I will answer. Also, I have my buddy Alien in here, so we can't
So,
watch. We can't
Australian.
watch. He is an Australian
Sorry.
man. He is an Australian
Sorry,
man.
Cogent.
No,
I
it's
just
okay.
cut in.
But we can't watch videos here at the moment. We can only read articles because we can't watch them at the same time, but we can take questions, and I'm obviously ready to do that at any given time because I am the best at answering questions, I think.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
I
I have a
just
legit
fucking-
question for your Q&A. What do you
I
think
just-
of Georgism? What the fuck is that? What's up?
That's
Alien?
the love. That's the love of George. I was just watching that video that you said about that chick saying that I hope someone holds you down and rapes you. That's really fucking brutal.
Yeah, that's a brute.
Like, it doesn't matter whether you disagree with someone. That's a fucked thing to say.
Nah, that's you go right towards that. I totally agree with that lady.
Man,
That's what should happen to her for her.
But you know what I
shit.
hate about people like Stefan Molyneux? They post all these things up, and they act like this is what everybody who's leftist is like.
No, I
It's
know.
like they
right,
post
yeah.
up the we did leftists do the same thing. They post up some Nazi motherfucker and they'll be like, "Yeah, see, all right wingers are Nazis."
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, both sides do that thing.
Yeah.
According to me, yeah, they'll be
I
like.
mean most
yeah,
people are
They're all Nazis.
most people
or they're
are
all
genuinely
socialists.
nice and want to do the right thing by everybody. Like that's what I think anyway.
He says, Georgism and Georgist economy theory like the idea that wages should not be drawn from capital, but from the product of the labor from which they are paid. Okay. drawn from the capital, but from the product of labor.
But
from
how do
which
you
they are
work
paid.
out
Yeah,
the
so how-
labor of, say, like a CEO or something?
Well,
Like, how does that labor worked out?
Well, where does the capital? But my question be, where does the capital come from? The capital has to come from some mean. Do you mean just like mutual, like trade, just like bargaining or trade back and forth? Because at some point, you need that capital overhead, right? The wages should not be drawn from capital, but from the product of labor. Yeah, I mean that's essentially just trade. I think that's what you're talking about there. What is your opinion on socialism? Socialism is a good idea, and we have socialism in our country right now in America. It's
But
just,
what do you mean by socialism, though?
well, that's
It depends depends which definition he's asking about.
well, socialism, as I would say it here in the United States, would be what they would see as like the USSR or something like the Red Scare. That's usually how people see socialism in America. So
Yeah.
they usually equate it to communism, but you have to bring it back from communism into socialism. And what I think of socialism is that it's good, meaning that the idea of socialism in essence is a good idea, meaning we should all work together for the better good. It just doesn't work out like that because there's a bunch of fucking assholes out there who are greedy, and they think that one person should be able to make a huge profit off the back of another, and he's just smart, so let him do it.
He
And
meant workers.
we could get
He
into
just said
that.
he meant workers owning the means of production. So, like what the USSR sort of attempted.
Right, yeah, owning the means of
Not
production.
not just like the government, looking after public infrastructure and all that sort of stuff, as you would maybe call socialism. But I think he's talking about.
Well, where do you get that from? What he's talking about then? The Georgism then?
Well, I don't know.
Well, yeah, socialism from the USSR, but right, we also see socialism as just not that.
I honestly think the USSR went too far with it. They tried to make everything government run, and that's just going to be a disaster from day one. Like, that's what I think, anyway. But it doesn't mean that
So he's
capitalism
saying, right.
capitalism is the ultimate answer after
No,
that.
well, right, but
I mean-
but capitalism isn't. The United States doesn't run off just capitalism.
No, it doesn't. No country fucking does.
Exactly. So
We've always got
just
a
running off
balance.
socialism is just as ridiculous of a concept as running
This
off
is a Nazi channel.
the free market. Workers owning the means of production. Yeah, well, I do agree with workers owning the means of production to an extent, because at which point does it become just the worker's business and not the person who brought it
Would
to
you
bear?
say that for small businesses you would allow more power for the owner rather than in large businesses where you might have 10,000 employees or whatever? Why should one guy, or like maybe a handful of CEOs or whatever, why should they be making all the choices for the 10,000 workers below them?
Yeah,
Like, there should be more worker control in those circumstances.
well, that would be the idea of a business run by the employees, but I also think that there's downsides to it, and
Oh, there is, yeah.
yeah, and I don't necessarily think that's the right way to go about it when it comes to socialism. Is making the means of production that of the worker. I still think that there's something to say about a private business and the person who owns it being able to do what they want with it. Where I'm more concerned with that is that when that person has a great idea, like let's say Amazon, there is not another idea like Amazon that's going to come around in the next 10 years. Amazon is Amazon. The wheel is the wheel. So there are certain benefits that as just a society we're going to come across that wasn't necessarily the product of anybody. It's just the product of
any individual, yeah, the product of technology.
Well, it's the product of just moving forward in time.
Yeah.
And it's so for someone to say, okay, we're going to now halt all of the advancement of the rest of us based on one individual CEO profits off of something like Amazon. I think Andrew Yang has displayed this perfectly. It's ridiculous how a business can take that much in profit. But anyways, and Tim says here, what do you think of the stigma around addicts being completely useless, unproductive members of society, and not just people with deep sorts of mental and emotional trauma that they're masking with a particular substance? Well, I think that's a great question, Tim, and I think that this comes to bear in the with marijuana, in at least the American justice system, how we have criminalized marijuana and certain substances to the point to where we're saying these are child rapists. I mean, we're actually giving lighter prison sentences to the fondlers of children than we are the smokers of marijuana. And if that's not a crime, I don't know what is.
Fuck yeah. Fuck, man. I can't believe that's true.
It is.
That is
It's
actually
absolutely
true.
the case, yeah. Sad.
Because smoking a little bit of fucking grass is way worse, apparently.
Well, you know, it's at least it'll keep their fucking pockets bulging, that's for sure.
Do you know how many fucking Kit Kats that guy ate when he fucking smoked that bowl?
He fucking cleared out the whole goddamn gas station.
God damn it, there was none left for the children.
Think of the children. Technology
Innovations
specifically.
within-
What do you say? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
innovations within industry are brought about by not brought about by CEOs or chairmen, but rather workers in industry. Well, yeah, that's exactly right. Like every time Apple does something or Microsoft, does something new, it's not Bill Gates or whatever doing it. It's all the guys underneath him that are doing all the hard work. And whatever that innovation the company may have made, like he gets the lion's share of the profit of it. You know?
That's true. It is true. And
The workers do the work. That's why they're called the workers.
But we cannot leave out the fact that it's always going to be the work. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these things that we can say are just products of actual life, meaning like the innovation will always come from the bottom. It's not going to come from the person who's created an innovation that has changed the world and then he just continues to do that like decade after decade. You know what I mean? It's always going to come from the bottom. And
Yeah.
I think to secure the rest of us, like, there are just certain means that we have to say as a society, yeah, you can be the smartest motherfucker. Like, you can have all the qualities about yourself, but at a certain point, the rest of us have to survive. So, yes, I want you to have your yacht. Yes, I want you to work hard and live the American dream and have your pretty fuckable wife and your white picket fence. But I also want the rest of society to have some means of having the same thing, if not close to that. And if that means hampering down maybe you not having the $400,000 yacht and maybe acquiring the $200,000 yacht so other
How
people
dare
can
you
so
limit their freedom?
so other people can eat, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. At least from the person who doesn't have a yacht.
But how do you get the corruption of money out of politics? That's the problem.
It's slightly the problem, yeah. But
Because
like,
the
it's not all
the
of
rich cunts are the
problem.
ones that basically bribe the politicians to get through what they want. And that's why it's like this.
Yeah, I am on board with the money in politics, kind of like the buying out of politicians and making.
I honestly don't know how to fix it.
Well, them do your bidding. I just don't necessarily think that's the biggest problem of
So do you reckon to
buying
fix
out
this
politicians.
inequality issue is just a matter of more taxes, or is there more to it for you?
For me, I think Yang has a big solution to it. It's just actually give money to people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, how do you fix inequality? You give money. And regardless of the arguments that people want to make from, let's say, libertarian or Republican standpoint, saying if you give money to people, it enables them, and we've seen this through the housing bailouts. And you could point to a lot of things where giving money to people didn't necessarily help them, but I just think it's a failing argument through time, because that is literally the only thing that will help people. And to start to think that we can only imagine it through self-help, like, yeah, the government's going to give you a self-help book, You know, hey, when you get this
Take a self-help
when you
course.
get this government assistance, also remember to do better, and not to squander resources.
There's
shithead.
20 people going for this fucking janitor's job. You just need to be the best janitor out there.
Right.
And don't worry about the other 19 that don't get the job.
Yeah, right. So a lot of the
Just
times,
worry about you.
right. So a lot of times where these libertarians want to give actual, like these, they want to give advice. It's personal advice. It's not actual advice that can be legislated or anything like that. Shade Potato said, anyone interested in understanding how the definition of capital used in today's society is based on a logical fallacy that was debunked as long as 150 years ago, check this link. No, I cannot check that link. But you can describe it, and no, I probably wouldn't say understanding how the definition of capital. Well, I can understand that the definition that we have a what is that called? Where we get our money, where we print money from. Basically, every single dollar we print is taxed, so we're always in debt from a private company, which would be, I think, the IRA in America. I'm not sure, but
The Federal Reserve?
Federal Reserve. So yeah, we're always in debt. If that's what he's talking about. So
I have no idea.
yeah.
But you motherfuckers in a lot of debt, aren't you? I'm gonna look it up. How much
Well,
debt
it's just
you're
I
in at
think
the
that's
moment.
how most economies go. They're based, unless they're based off gold or something that's tangible. They're based off just kind of promises and shit.
Well, here you go. On February 13th.
Well, that's okay, Shade Potato.
Your debt
I love
hit
you.
$22 trillion.
Hey, we don't have the biggest debt, do we?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't think we do. I'm sure it is Shade Potato. I don't. And to say, like, honestly, to say that I knew everything would be fucking lying, because I don't, man. I try to figure shit out every single day.
Cogent.
Yeah.
Yeah, US does have the biggest amount of debt. China comes in. US is 19.86 trillion. China comes in second at 10.17 trillion.
Well,
So you know they've got about half your debt.
Well, they
So
own a lot
nothing
of
to
it.
worry about.
They own a lot of it.
Yeah, they own a lot of that debt
Yeah.
too.
We owe a lot of them money. Like, I think almost over half of our debt we owe to China. Something like that.
They're just gonna start selling it off with this whole trade war shit. Fuck this US debt.
Yeah, you think?
I think so.
Well, what do you see? That's a problem though. Like, I really don't think any type of, I don't even understand how the world economy works.
I know.
Like,
We're
to
like
tell
a bunch of idiots
like-
trying to talk about the economy.
Well, I mean, I have, like, I understand it in parts. Like, I understand how, like, the U.S. government works and all that, and how other, parliaments work. I understand, like, the proceedings, let's say, but how we all function together in a global thing when one could just, like, take a shit on another, like, I don't know. Is it that the U.S. is like, is it the U.S. could just, like, shit on anybody at any given time and they're just choosing not to? Are we just evil and we choose not to enact that, or are there other
well, no,
countries?
that's part of the whole power game, man. I don't even see it as evil.
You know?
So much so. No, not really. I mean, the US is doing whatever fucking empire has ever done. They're taking advantage of their power over the world and over smaller nations, and they use either economic methods or military methods to suppress other nations and get as much capital as they can out of there.
Dude.
Get as many resources as they can. That's what they do. That's what any country would do.
So it's not conspiracy then?
Not really. It's just chasing the old dollar. Like, that's pretty much what it all comes back to.
So what is all this talk of conspiracy I hear? Like, it seems so much
Well,
like...
yeah,
people always
You
think-
mean like the Illuminati and shit?
Well,
I don't know.
no.
Like, people just have to
People
put
think
some
the-
sort of conspiracy like group into it. But really, like, whenever something's going down, like a world event or whatever, there's always different groups of capital fighting against each other to try to get what's best for them.
Well, right, but what always strikes me as weird is that, like, it's very easy to understand that, shit goes wrong, but what I've never really been willing to do is say, yeah, there's a global effort to also do so, or say that there's a secret society, or that,
Yeah.
I think things
Events are too random for that.
things to go to shit on their own without really any coordination.
I don't think there is some secret group or whatever.
I don't
I think
either.
there are like powers beneath the
powers
scenes
that be.
that try to tug their strings, but sometimes the strings don't tug enough and they don't get their way. Or sometimes someone else with a lot of power will tug their strings and they'll get what they want and the other guy misses out. Like it's not as simple as some fucking
I don't think-
Illuminati group just getting everything they want and ruling the world. It's
Well,
fucking stupid.
But I think the way you described it almost seems like that to me. Like
But,
the
like,
way
it's-
the way you said, like
they're not a
one
unified
group.
group.
No, I know, but like one group of people pulls the strings. Like these groups of people, I just usually see as like fighting interests.
Well, that's right. Like, what I mean by group of people is maybe like the shale industry will be fighting against, like the electric car industry or whatever, because they want to sell their oil. That's what I mean by like groups.
Instead of like a big group
Groups
of
of-
people trying to get rid
Yeah,
of the
it's
car
like a whole bunch of
industry.
individual capitalists
Right.
that have got large corporations. They want to protect their interests, so they're always gonna try to tug the government this way or that.
Oh, for sure.
It
Yeah.
just depends who has got the most clout at the time.
Yeah, and then people kind of see this as an orchestrated effort.
Yeah, they do.
Upon
I mean,
elites or something.
because that's like human nature to read patterns into everything. You got to watch that. I'm sure we're all fucking guilty of doing that.
I like your use of patents there. It was good. Just a bunch of capitalist cock holsters jerking off on third world countries. I would agree. Cogent, what is your opinion of the drug war and its effect on Mexico and Latin America? Well, I think there's a bunch of shit going on there with the cartel. Am I wrong? And the drug war, as far as the U.S. is concerned, how it has affected Mexico and Latin America, poorly, I would say, but I am not an expert on that. I have seen some Hollywood type films that have pointed towards what that has done, meaning like driving some of the, exacerbating some of the crime and cartels that are down in Southern America in the hopes that they can, bring things up here. But it's more than maybe a Sicario film that I've seen. I don't know much about it. But it's bad. It's a no-no. It's a no-go. I have to pee. I'll be right back.
If we just built the wall, they wouldn't get the drugs through. Fuck all you people. What are you guys doing? You gonna give me something to talk about? Luis Damian Martinez. Where are you from, mate? I hope I said your name right. Sorry if I didn't. Shade potato. What did he say? Fuck the World Bank. Yeah, well, I don't know if any of you guys read it, but there's a book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman. It's worth a read, but you can also just listen to YouTube videos. What's that guy's name? John someone. Fuck. Economic. Here it is. Fuck, who wrote it? John Perkins. Yeah, it's a pretty good book. Anyway, he's from Texas. Yeehaw! How you doing, man?
All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Cogent, what's your opinion? Oh, he already said that. Texas. He's from Texas.
He's from. I asked him where he was from.
Luis Damian Martinez. Luis Damian Martinez.
So, what should we do about the drug trade in South America? Huh? Cogent? Come on, give me an answer. What should we do?
Not
Solve it right now in
not
5
intervene
seconds.
too much. I would say that shit's got to work itself out a little bit.
Where will we get all our profits from through the CIA if we're not doing the drug trade anymore?
I don't know, man. Let's stop shipping drugs into our own country. I don't know. Is that what the CIA is doing?
I didn't say anything. I actually love the CIA.
I don't.
I think they're doing a bang up job.
I don't. Yeah. They're it's a big problem. It's a big problem. I can't solve that one day either.
So how would you solve drug issues? Would you legalize all drugs if it was up to you?
No.
Which drugs would you legalize? Just weed?
Weed? No. Well, weed for number one, weed, and also mandatory minimums would leave. So meaning any offense that had a mandatory minimum, everything would go back to a juror or a reconcilable understanding of what happened other than a mandatory. I mean, I think that is just absolutely ridiculous that you would have a mandatory for anything. That's like saying, hey, let's have a universal for something that doesn't apply universally. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, that's something we haven't really been able to find in philosophy, let alone let's find it in the justice system. It's just stupid to say that you could apply all those things equally.
I've got a question.
How can Christian Americans view Trump as a savior? Stupidly, very, like a bunch of
naively, just like their belief in Jesus.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Continue.
Because he says, "Make America great again," and they like really confident people that just say simple words that are easy answers to everything. That's why.
Well as that, there is the complex of the savior. So there is already a sort of.
Are there actually Christians out there that are like, "He's our savior"?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you see it. You actually see it on evangelical television here in the States. So you'll actually.
So like they prayed, and then he became president.
No, what they'll say is like he is somewhat of a reckoning or a sign from God. Some will actually go as far to call him the Messiah. You obviously have less saying that, but there'll be people saying he's like some sort of reckoning of some kind. But the question of how can Christian Americans view Trump as a savior, it's exactly that. It is it is the dogmatism of a savior, of an individual, of one man who could do all those things for you other than a community of people. It's ridiculous to think a Messiah or a savior or any of those things on face value are ridiculous. Heroes are far and few in between, and especially when it comes to the whole world, I think we're going to need more than one. I'm fairly convinced that I'm 42nd coming of Christ and the anointed one. Well, I'm on fucking Tim's train. Tim V all the way to the White House.
I'm on the 420th, man. On the 420th Christ.
Sorry.
He's the fucking stoned president.
Yeah.
Or this Christ.
Right. Pin me up on the fucking cross, man. It doesn't matter, whatever you want to do.
just fucking put your nails in me already.
Just get it over, man. Just give me a spliff while I'm doing this, okay?
It sounds more like how I would get nailed up to the cross.
Yeah. Well, I'd write that. I'd want that. I saw some like list of death row inmates and what they get for their like last meal. I'd just be like,
fuck a bowl of weed, man. I want to fucking go out on a high.
Yeah, I don't think you get weed. It would be a good request.
Sucks.
Maybe
that
in
would
Washington. Be. Maybe in my state you do. I don't know.
Well, commit a crime and see.
Oh yeah, I'll just fucking roll those dice. Hey, so do I get to smoke a blunt on my last meal, or do I actually have to eat? Because I was looking to get hungry, not actually eat.
Yeah, just like a blunt and like heaps of chocolates, man, and like lollies and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, I love how you have the quote unquote typical stoner, like some fucking lollies and some pops. Maybe
you don't call them lollies, do you?
Some fucking Mountain Dews, bro. Some fucking pizza.
What do you call them? What do you call the little sweets? You know, like
I wouldn't be as
sugary.
I wouldn't be as so gay to say lollies.
Well, that's what we call them here. That's what we say.
Little girls say lollies. Can I have a lollipop? We call them suckers, dude. We call them suckers.
Suckers? What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. If
Man,
you're not a
that's
little
weird.
girl, you call them suckers.
And we don't call them lolly because it's like a lollipop. We call lollipops lollipops. It's different.
So like, yeah, just like a bunch of you, like you guys have names for everything. Like almost like you're a camp of schoolgirls who's just coming up like with new words.
You fucking come down here and say that, mate.
No,
We'll
no,
fucking tear you up with a Crocs head.
What was that? I swear to God, the fucking fucking dinkum, fucking Haas dinkum or whatever. I swear to God, I was
Fair
just,
dinkum,
fair.
you cunt.
A fucking fair dinkum poop.
Fair dinkum.
I swear to fucking God, it's
dude,
a fucking
nobody
dude.
says
no.
that here.
Oh,
Nobody says that here. That's
more
such
like
a fucking
Aussie
old
reviews.
cliche.
Have you ever seen Aussie reviews?
I don't give a shit what that
Dude,
is. It's
Aussie
fucking
reviews
bullshit.
is like fucking every 2 seconds he's like, yes, a fucking fair dinkum now in you.
Yeah, that's because it's fucking ironic. It's not like our culture here.
Fucking fair dinkum. I don't even know what it means, so you can stop.
I
getting-
tell you
you
what,
can
I
stop
have not
getting
used the
offended now, can't you?
I have not used the word fair dinkum in like fucking 10 years at least,
Well, that's
unless it was ironically.
Oh, that's a fair dinkum poop.
Oh, fair dinkum, mate.
Oh.
That's fucking.
Oh yeah, say it. Say it. I'll repeat it. Ah, it's a fair dink. Do it. Talk.
What?
Just talk.
What did you say? I had to fucking pull my earphones out
No,
for a
but,
sec.
but talk like Australian.
Oh, talk Australian?
Yeah. Ah.
What the fuck you up to, mate?
Hey, what
Hey,
the
you have a
fuck?
good Arvy?
What the fuck you up?
Let's
You
go.
two, you have a
Let's
good
go to the
Arvy?
fuck. Let's go fucking down to the servo.
Down to
Get some munchies.
Oh, wait, down to the servo. Get some munchies.
That's pretty good. That's
Yeah,
pretty
okay.
good, man.
All right, thanks. And I quit. He said it's good. I'm done forever. All right.
Make Christians skeptical again.
How do you do that, John
Again?
Doe?
What do you mean again?
How do you do that,
Uh,
suckers? He says
The
suckers.
problem. The problem is Trump isn't
I like.
obvious.
Is that to us, or is that like just because like he heard what we were saying, or is he just saying suckers?
I don't know, man.
Because
Could have been written anytime.
I know, but like, what if he was just saying to us, suckers?
Maybe he liked us talking about lollies. Or
I
something.
know that. I know. I think I said suckers, but that would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he probably was meaning it when you said suckers. I can't believe you
know.
call them suckers. That
I
sounds
know,
fucking gayer than
But
lollies, dude.
I know, but my
Oh, give me a few fucking suckers
my
in
sketchy
mouth.
brain always thinks the chat is working against me. I'm like, they fucking hate me.
Can you get a prescriptive from a descriptive?
Oh, you mean an is?
I'm too.
Oh, you mean
I'm-
you mean an is from an ought now, do ya? Yeah, I bet you do.
I'm too dumb to answer that question, so I'll turn it over to Cogent.
Yeah, fucking Cogent canine.
He's the smart one.
Can you get a prescriptive from? I believe you can. I mean, that's a long story. If you
And
wanna get
Cogent,
into
for
it.
us layman Aussies that haven't passed grade 4, can you describe what that means to us?
Sure, yeah. So prescriptive just means you're describing, or no, let's start with descriptive. Descriptive means you're describing something, just like how the world is. It's an it, basically, or it's an is.
Yeah.
It. What does that call it? Yeah, yeah. So you're just.
Ought.
Ought. No, an ought. So
No,
an
ought is the
So,
prescriptive.
yeah, right. So the is the descriptive. So that what is in the world is descriptive, and then what ought is in the world is prescriptive. So it's what is versus what ought to be. But
So, like, saying that, like, women, that, like, everybody should be equal is a prescriptive, not
Yeah.
an ought.
yeah, because they're not. They're not.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
You got it, mate. That's it.
I'm so smart!
But the thing is, when it comes down to it, is that people this becomes very hard for people to grasp when you move from an is, which is a descriptive, and you try to get to a prescriptive, and that is what you would say is the is ought divide, which I have answers to. Sam Harris has answers to. It goes all the way back to Hume. And he'd said, you know, look, dummies, you can't get an is from an ought. But really, when you talk about logic in general, you are describing an ought onto an is just by doing science alone.
Hasn't society slowly been progressive
I got all day,
thanks
Cogent.
to all the oughts?
Huh?
I mean, we could have... I was just saying society, like, in general, from back to caveman days and stuff. I mean, like, we've progressed and we're not butchering each other in the fucking streets all the time and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where did we get all those aughts from? Shouldn't we have just stayed animalistic?
Right. Right, you're getting into it. So it would be like
So like
do those
what? We
odds
should just go back
transpire
to
out
the
of nowhere?
absolute Darwinian nature sort of society. Is that what they want?
Well, no, you're getting into where I see it not being as much of a problem as people think, because you're saying,
Yeah, I don't think it is.
well, what you're saying, through history we've learned some things like uh, in accordance to some is we ought to feel a certain way, meaning we didn't necessarily understand what it felt like for someone to get their head cut off
And like slavery.
in front of, or slavery or something like that, right? But because of the consequences and because of the that is entailed, the oughts almost come
Yeah, I get what you mean, man.
regardless.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I get it.
Well, and here's this. So when we want to, and then when people say, this is the funniest thing that I think, anyways, when it comes to logic, is that people say you can't get an is from an ought, right? And then they don't understand that within that statement they are doing it. So they're saying they're describing something that is, meaning you cannot get an is from an ought, and then they're saying it ought to be that way.
Oh, I getcha. That's tricky. Yeah.
Yeah. So within logic, this is where Sam Harris just basically goes Super Saiyan on everybody, and people don't really understand it. Is that you are transcribing values onto your speech, even. I mean,
yeah, you would be.
Yeah, and I like the line from Sam Harris. He goes, "What reasoning are you supposed to use on someone who does not value reason?" Well, you don't, because they don't give a shit, do they?
No.
Yeah. So I think people, when they use that, it's kind of like a first grade philosophy thing, like, oh, I just learned a word.
Isn't ought, yeah. Just learnt about it.
Yeah, that's
I gotta be honest, I don't know fuck all about it.
Well, I know, but that's basically, like, I've heard it up and fucking down ever since I started YouTube, I think 2 years ago. They're like,
especially when you're back in Sam Harris all the time.
Well, yeah, that because that's like the number one thing that he's kind of pinpointed on, and I'm like like, not that I'm beyond it or anything, I'm just like, I hear it a lot, and I'm just like, I don't even think you quite grasp what you're saying.
Hey Cogent, we've got a really cool question coming in. It says, do you wipe backwards towards your crack or forward towards your sack?
John Doe, if you answered one of those ways, you're a disgusting human being.
What, so you don't wipe at all?
No.
What are you saying?
No, I wipe backwards, you fucking freaks. I wipe backwards. That'd be like if you were a girl and you wipe towards your vagina. I'm a chick, I'm gonna wipe towards my vagina. You learn when...
But you dude, you don't have a vagina.
I know, I'm just saying...
I hope you don't anyway.
I know, but you learn when you're cleaning diapers, you don't do that.
Well, yeah, but I clean diapers and I don't do that.
You're like, I still fuck that shit up all the time.
Sometimes you have to, man.
Well, you know,
but if you get a little bit of shit on your balls, man, just wash it off. It's okay. That's okay.
I think that sounded the best in the Aussie voice, too. If you get a little shit on your balls, just fucking wash it up.
A little bit of fucking shit on your balls?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But what were you talking about getting shit on your balls? Why would you, anyways?
I don't know. It wasn't me. It happened to a friend of mine.
Did it?
No. I'm just fucking with you. Oh, we got another message that's been hidden.
Well, don't read if it's been...
I gotta get ready to go. I'm moving to Vancouver.
Anyhow, just shut up. Don't make fun of the people.
I'm not making fun of him, man.
It sounded like it. Sounded like
that's my normal voice. That's Aussies always sound like they're making fun of people.
Anyhow, I gotta get ready to go. I'm moving to Vancouver, BC this month. Gotta get a couple of $1,000 off stuff out of the pawn shop, and gotta go to court tomorrow uttering a rape threat to my ex. Oh, that sucks, man. Shit. Well,
dude,
that sucks balls, man. Well, good luck, and you seem like you got a fucking full plate, man.
Fuck that, man.
And straight up, he's moving. He's got to deal with all that. That sucks.
told her while
told-
drunk I
Yeah.
felt like coming to her house, bending her over the futon, sticking my cock in her ass, ejaculating in it, and leaving, and never talking to her again.
Did you really say that? Well,
I think he's just fucking trolling us, man. At this
at
point,
the-
I don't know.
well,
Maybe
dude,
he
but no,
is.
the thing is, Tim is. I've known Tim since like the beginning of my channel. So I don't think he would just like straight up just all of a sudden choose to just troll. I think he's actually being serious.
Okay, sorry, dude.
But
would
but
you consider?
no, but that no, I have to read that again. I think he's being sarcastic there, but I just don't think he's trolling all around. But yeah, I'll be getting off those charges. Yes, yeah, I don't know. Actually, I can't tell at this point. Would you consider having a conversation with me if possible? Yeah, you want to get in here, Luis? Damian Martinez, you want to get in here?
I will be right back. Okay, guys, you try and get Lewis in.
All right. It's true. It's true, Tim. Well, that sucks, man. How'd that happen? Just fucking a sequence of unfortunate events. I'm reckoning. You're awesome too, Tim. Thanks, man. Hell yeah, Lewis. You want to talk? You can get in here. Do you have a Skype? Sorry, I'm just fucking shooting the shit here. I wouldn't troll you. Well, I didn't think you were trolling me, Tim, but the sentence reads weird, brah. But I ain't judging. I'm sure you're going through some shit. I know how it is, man. Oh, like yeah, no, definitely. You already said that, dude. I know how it is. You don't need to explain. Shit gets weird. I think you might what? Talk? You can. Hit me up on Skype. I would have to find my my thing.
What's up? What's up?
Alien, you my friend.
Alienation every day.
That's how we
Working
do
for a
it.
boss with a shitty pay.
No, he's not. He's just kidding. He loves his job.
I'm self-employed, so I'm the shitty boss.
Well, you could still lose work. So don't get all cocky, you jerk.
Tim V said, "I just have a crazy fucked up life."
Man.
Tim, I've got 3 kids, and they're all to different women.
Yeah.
So I've got
Aliens gets it.
3 mums.
He gets
So
it.
do you think that's more fucked up than that?
I don't know, man. I don't know how to judge these things. I'm not a good
Come on,
one to
Cogent.
judge.
Just
What?
speak your mind, dude.
No, I can't say anything.
I'm like Ross from Friends.
The divorced one. Remember how they said that? He's like, I'm the divorced one?
Yeah, I remember.
That shit's funny. We still watch that shit
Except,
go to bed sometimes.
Yeah, I never got divorced because I was never married
I
before.
know, well, whatever.
Before this one.
Same difference. You have a lesbian ex-wife?
What?
Well, yeah.
Oh, me? Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
he
I
had
tell you about that?
Well, no, but he had a lesbian ex-wife, remember?
Who did?
Ross.
Oh, dude, I thought you were talking about me.
No, from Friends.
Okay.
Are you
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
with
that's
me?
right. No, because I thought I might have told you that my ex
Shut
sort
up,
of went.
whatever. Is she really?
No, dude, my ex sort of went through a lesbian shtick for maybe 3 months or something.
Hey, Tim.
She had like a girlfriend and everything staying with her.
You keep it real, man. Later, Tim B. Hope everything goes well.
Real. Yeah.
Seriously, fucking keep well. Don't keep your head down. Try not to get in too much trouble, all right? For Rizzle.
How do we get
that was the gayest thing I've ever
is
said.
Lewis still here? Rizzle. Yeah, Rizzle. I'm a white guy.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I'll say what I want, bitch.
Hey.
I'm a fucking boss.
Yeah, I can tell you say what you want because you sound like a fucking tool in some of your videos.
Oh great. Oh goddamn. Now the truth comes out, huh?
Nah, man, I love it. That's what I like.
Oh,
That's
well.
why I watch ya.
Oh, hey, Alien, I love sounding like a tool online. That's what I love.
Yeah, you're yourself, man. You'd be
Oh,
surprised how many of these guys are like acting the whole time.
oh yeah, you'd be surprised how I just act like myself and I'm just a tool the whole time.
Yeah, I love it.
I know, me too. Uh, I know. No, things are good. I shall. No, well, come on, don't go lying. Your life is shit, Tim. God, you go describing how your life is shit, then you say it's good. No, you're in the dumps like me. Get used to it. Yeah, I'm
Collect
still...
your tears. Lewis is still here and he wants to talk to us for some reason. Someone must have hit him over the head.
No,
I think.
I said he could talk to us. He's just gotta hit us up on Skype.
Well, does he know your Skype?
He has to ask, I guess. I don't know.
Aren't we on Google Hangouts? Skype is useless.
No, we're on
Google Hangouts, dude.
No, we're not. But we're not streaming through there. We're just streaming through my software. So if he called on Skype, he'd still get in.
Would I still be able to hear him though, or would he have to go through Google Hangouts?
I'm pretty sure you'd be able to hear him.
Well, we'll see. Whenever he's gonna call.
He's not going to.
Nah, he's a Texan.
But can you hear this?
No.
No. All right. Well.
No.
Jesus.
Fuck?
Yeah. So.
The worst streaming video ever.
I think it actually is. I'm gonna post this one too and make it live. By the way, is that okay? Just so I can humiliate myself into not streaming again.
Yeah, sure. I'll humiliate you for you.
Sounds fucking great. Look at this.
You can blame everything on me. I don't care.
I usually do it in my personal life. I'm like, look, babe, I didn't last that long. It was fucking Chris.
Yeah, he posted something up on fucking Twitter.
Made me all soft.
Yeah.
Sleepy, chilly, little Canada
Lewis
is number one.
I hope I'm saying his name right. Lewis is on Skype right now, he said.
Oh, okay. Alright, so then let's go there.
You wouldn't have Lewis on your Skype, would you?
Nah. That's not Lewis.
Nah.
Lewis, what's your thingy? Mine's Jared and Boo at Hotmail.
And Boo had to have his girlfriend in there.
You know what? That dog's dead, bro.
She's like, what?
That dog's dead, bro. You want to take it up with
dude.
me? You want to take it up with me? Huh?
No, I
That
don't.
dog's dead, bro. Just kidding. Anyways. But yeah, Jared and Boo. That was my old puppy.
Boo's like a name you call your girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Over here.
Exactly.
Oh, so he was your little girlfriend, was he?
Yeah, before I had one. For sure.
Yeah.
He really was too. He was my.
Didn't
he
you like?
was my
Didn't you
bae.
Didn't you get with your girl like when you were fucking 17 or something?
19. Yeah.
Oh, 19.
Yeah.
Pretty young still, though, eh?
Yeah. I had a few. What do you call those? Sals, lassies.
Sluts? Sorry, no.
Sheilas. I had a few Sheilas before then.
Oh, Sheilas. Yeah, that's what we say.
Yeah.
Fucking.
That's
Even
fucking...
though no Aussies say Sheilas, but
yeah,
yeah,
you
that's
fucking
what we
do.
say.
Oh yeah, you fuck, dude. Yeah, you do. What do you mean? I heard fucking Sheilas left and right. What do you?
Yeah.
Where the fuck are you from?
Australia?
Not saying Sheila. It says bloke, but not Sheila. Am I right?
Nah, mate, you're not fucking right ever.
Yeah, fucking mate, get it fucking right. Hey, look, we got fucking Louise. Oh, hello. This is gonna go haywire because I don't know how this is gonna work.
Hello?
What's up?
Hey, Cogent.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. What's your Aussie friend's name again?
Alien, can you hear him?
Alien, okay, that's his name.
What did he say? What did Alien just say? Now he's way in the background.
Oh, I honestly don't know. I'm not listening into his conversations right now.
No, I know. But
Yeah,
what?
okay, if you do hear him, though, tell him that he's pronouncing my name pretty exact. He's exaggerating my pronunciation of the name, but it's basically Spanish. I'm Mexican.
So Luis?
Yes, that's me.
So what was he saying?
Luis Damian Martinez, and it's just Luis Damian Martinez.
I forget the middle part, but yeah, I can't hear Alien right now, but because we were in this, we were in a group chat, but now it is for some reason cutting it off. But that's fine. But that's fine because I invited you. So what's up? Let's anything you wanted to ask me or anything I should ask you? How about this?
Alright.
Who's in the background?
That would be the rest of my class.
Are you in school?
Right now, I have nothing else to do right now, and I saw you guys streaming, and I thought, why not hit these guys with a call? Like, I literally have nothing else to do as of right now.
Well, probably, maybe homework, I don't know.
We don't have homework here.
Oh, really?
No, we don't. It's just usually just a bunch of classwork.
Oh, yeah. Why is that? Are you in college?
No, it's a high school personalized for people to basically work at their own pace. As of right now, I'm mostly done with what I have at I'm done before my due date, so right now I'm just waiting to continue the rest of it.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, has that...
So, yeah, if you... Huh?
No, go ahead.
So, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about the whole, like, socialism and the idea of spreading the ownership between the workers and the owners and whatnot. The reason why I would say I support such a protocol would be because of the fact that all innovations in of themselves are derived from workers themselves. It's never a CEO. It's never anyone in charge of any said corporation or organization that actually brings about these changes, but rather the hard work and the innovation that comes with industry, technology, ideas that come from workers themselves, not from the people who fund it. I mean, sure, you have people who fund these people, and yeah, you get success out of it, but money alone doesn't do anything, which is why I would agree with the whole ownership of workers owning the means of production rather than being the government. The Soviet Union, for example, tried to attempt this, but rather than leaving it to the workers, the government itself to control, and like you said, people are corrupt assholes, and so they screwed over the people, killed millions in the process.
No, right. No, I would agree with you, but as of now, the stream just died because it for some reason our connection isn't working on the stream.
No?
If you get what I mean.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it, man. Like I invited you and stuff, and I do this all the time. But I just think that if you would like to personally, we could have a discussion on stream or off stream sometime.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey guys.
Are you there, Alien?
Yeah, man.
Are you still there? Other guy? Sorry.
What's your name?
Alright, I gotta exit out of you real quick, sorry. And I'll be right back to you. Are you still there? Are you still there? Hello? God damn it. See, this is what happens when when you're retarded. It's my fault. This is what happens when you're retarded, guys. Sorry. But so and sorry to Louise. We will have to. It just wasn't allowing people to hear it. So that's your email. We'll touch base and we'll talk. You could even come on and we'll talk. But we can't do it right now just because it's not airing. And as far as Alien is concerned, you gonna invite me to the chat? Yeah, I'm gonna invite you to the chat. I'm just trying to figure out how to do that as we speak. And we'll probably just Skype. It'd be easier now just to Skype, right? God, I'm so bad at this. Sorry, guys. Where is... Alien, Skype me.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you there?
Yeah, man. I can hear
Yo.
you. Fucking hell. I had to switch location. I'm
You did?
inside now. It was fucking freezing.
Yeah, Louise, I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah, we disconnected just because the stream couldn't hear you, so it would have been pointless just because no one would have heard us. So hit me up really on any of my platforms and we can talk again, you know, so anyways.
You can add people. You can add people to the chat, dude. You just gotta click the little person plus.
I have no idea how to work this.
Okay, I'll do it. Jesus.
I'm not freaking out on you, but hey, can we do the screen share too?
I don't know.
I think we are screen sharing. It's just not doing it.
I can't see your screen. I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll try it again.
Here, I'll try to add this guy. I'm not coming up with any emails like that.
People are still watching, by the way. This is amazing.
I don't know.
You guys are amazing. I'm gonna go get some water.
Shit. We're talking absolute fucking bullshit and like having technical hitches like the shit.
I don't think we've ever live streamed and not have technical issues.
Well, we need a fucking proper. What are they called? The broadcasting software.
Yeah, someone should fucking do all this work for me, and then I should just be the goddamn the voice. That'd be much better.
You're like Joe Rogan. You just want like a whole army of people doing everything for you.
I want a Jeremy or whoever he points to, and he says, "Fix that." I want one of those people.
Well, you got a lot of like immigrants and stuff in that country, so why don't you just get one of them?
In what country?
In the US.
That you got a fucking bunch of immigrants in that country. It's fucking funny. Yeah. Oh, okay, I'll hire one of them. Hey, Mexican guy. Oh, you living next door to me? Okay, I won't deport you if you come do my homework. I don't know how that works.
Let me see if
I've been up in Washington State, man. I'm like it's cornbread up here.
What does that mean?
Like white cornbread.
Oh right, is that what you call like a white area?
I don't know. I just made that up. It's cornbread.
Dude, that email address has to be wrong, unless there's no space in it.
I don't know. What's funny though is that we can't watch a YouTube video. That's some fucking bollocks right there, bro.
Well, you got to press the share screen button.
No, but dude, I do.
And then what happens?
I was doing that the last time. And then, but then it doesn't share. Like it doesn't matter that it shares to you. It doesn't share, seemingly to. All I'm trying to do is like have the sound work over. What if I do that? I don't know. Chris, why are you calling me again? Why are you calling me again?
I'm not calling you again.
You did. You just did.
I called you once. Whatever. Fuck. Look, if I press the share screen button, what do you see?
Dude, I had to quit out of that. Are you still there? Are you still there? Motherfucking Christ. Okay, alright, yeah. Alright. Let's keep doing this.
What the fuck are you doing?
Dude, now you're not on... Now I can't hear you in my headphones.
What?
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know, bro.
Can you hear me through like the laptop speakers?
I can hear you through through like my television TV or computer.
Oh, that's good enough, I guess.
No, it's really not because I don't know if literally anybody else can hear us.
Well, Lewis, can you hear both of us?
Well, yeah, check the chat. Because we have 5 motherfucking people. If no one could hear us and there were still that many people in here, I would be shocked. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I bet they're just like listening to silence right now.
That's what I'm fucking saying, kinda. I don't know. Like the fuck if I know.
I'm gonna post a message.
Okay, do that. Because I can't hear anything. Can anyone hear us? So fucking dumb.
Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, on on this.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
On yours, yes.
Oh, sweet. Look, Cogent stream. Number, who cares? Dude, he's gone off. I'm gonna see whether you can actually listen to the videos. Oh shit. Where's his latest videos? You can still see my screen, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
Ooh, sugar baby feminism.
What'd you say
Can you hear
that?
it?
What?
Can you hear it?
I can hear you.
You can't hear the video?
No.
Can you see the video?
No. Alright, we gotta call it. We're calling it right now. Alien, I'm gonna just go with the stream or end it.
Alright, man.
This is like 45 minutes of troubleshooting, so.
Yeah, fuck this shit.
Alright, but
And,
wait, we'll
to
try.
all of you who stuck around, sorry, but fuck you.
It's all good, man. We'll try it again another time.
Alright, man. Yeah, I'll catch you later.
Well, I might stay and stream depending on how this. I don't know, but just the shit isn't working. You know what I mean?
Alright, man.
All right.
See ya.
Later, man. All right. Is anybody still there? Hello. Now I just feel like I want to just comment on a video real quick. I do want to comment on a video, kinda. It's this one. It's Joe Rogan and who is that fucking guy? Oh, who's his buddy? Man, I'm not gonna be able to think now. Joe Rogan and friends. Joe Rogan and friends. Do I really have to do this? I don't want to have to do this. What was it? Hangover. Bryan Cranston. Not Brian. It's Brian. Alright, thanks, Louise. Appreciate it. Brian. I think. Yeah. It's this one. Oh. No. Is that one shorter? Yeah, 4 months ago.
You know, Laird Hamilton, that badass surfer. Throw the old left, right, left.
Yeah.
A lot of people are lazy, and because it de-incentivizes people from action and
false.
But you're assuming
there's nothing
that
logical.
Hold on, assuming that logic and reason doesn't also have compassion. So like you wouldn't have.
All right, right there. I gotta.
Yeah.
People on.
I'm gonna comment on this when I get back. I'm gonna get some waters, and I'll be literally 45 seconds. All right, I'm back. I told you. That was less than 45 seconds, right? I have a feeling it was. All right. Lazy fucking getting water. I know. All right, so this is what I want to do. So sometimes I'll do this. I'll just watch something and then just straight through I'll make a video. So if I can do that now, that's what I'm going to want to do. Just if I can. I'll probably won't be able to, but let's try it. And what is the volume like, if you guys couldn't be so kind?
Breathing machines.
Am I
people
too
who are severely
loud? I
retarded,
can
whatever
kinda
they
check
are,
too.
severely handicapped.
I think I'm right about...
They're draining resources. I know you love them, but listen,
if I
we
talk
need this
a little
money
bit,
for over here.
turn
You're in a
myself
hospital. You're
up
taking
a little bit.
The very old, the
And
very infirm.
So you think we need religion to keep you from taking people off
Sorry.
life support?
Well, I
was just getting the volume right.
You can't predict abundance, and a lot of times there
But
isn't.
it's here right now.
Not really. Not for a lot of
not?
people.
Right here?
It'd be very easy to justify if you were just. No, I don't know where you have. I don't know what your value is. You're a human. Historically.
So, is my volume okay, everybody? It's too loud? I'm too loud? Okay, I'm too loud. I'm too loud. Or they're too loud. I'm too loud. You're talking over. Okay, thank you. Then I'll turn it down. How's that? Is that better? Yeah. Okay. I think that's better, and then I'll play it.
I think there was
Okay, what about-
probably a rabbi named Jesus of
And
Nazareth.
that's
That's
probably
what
good.
that
Yeah,
seems to
yeah,
be the
that's
conclusion
good.
among a
Okay.
lot of historians. And
What
he
do
was
you-
a radical he was a radical man because he simplified Judaism. Is really what he was. He was simplifying Judaism to say, look, I think it's a.
This just all sounds dumb, so I'll just start it here. Okay, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? now I fucking sound am all embarrassed. What's going on? Okay, let's try it again. Hola, ladies and gentlemen. This is, whoever you want me to be, and we're going to be looking at Brian Callen today. He's saying some interesting things about reason and religion, and he's talking to Joe Rogan. So we're going to take a look at it. He's scratching his head. I'm sure we'll be scratching our heads. So let's start this.
Way of getting people to at least live with the fact that I'm a serf, I'm a peasant, I have no way to esteem out of my condition, but at least I have the afterlife. At least I know that if I live and I suffer well, and I suffer quietly, and I suffer with dignity, there will be a reward after this.
Oh, what a great life. If I suffer in silence, there will ultimately be a reward. Does that reward come? I don't know. It's good enough that the promise is there, because it makes you work like a grunt until you're dead. And that works out good for the people at top. So shut your mouth. Is that what he said?
What is the conventional definition or the conventional meaning to that statement? The meek will inherit the earth. Like, how do scholars interpret that?
Well, religious.
Well, I can tell you that Jordan Peterson's interpretation of that is not what it meant originally. It didn't mean the meek as in the badass will inherit the earth.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, how do they interpret that? Like, what is?
I think
what
it's
do
in the
they
same
think it
vein
meant?
as it's harder for a camel to pass through an eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
So that the famous story where
That's a great
Christ
quote.
said,
I
"If you
love
want
that
to follow me," to the rich guy, he said, "Give up all your money." And the rich guy turned, hung his head, and walked away. And he said, "Poor guy, it's so hard for the rich to give up their life of privilege. It's very difficult."
Do you think Jesus was a real person?
Historically, I think there was probably a rabbi named Jesus of Nazareth.
Well, most historians agree that there was a person historically that began the stories of Jesus. So whether he is attributed with all those miracles, that's not even really the case. It's if he was a historical person, and most historians say yes. I doubt that he made water into wine, though. They didn't say anything about that.
That seems to be the conclusion among a lot of historians. And he was a radical man because he simplified Judaism. Is really what he was simplifying Judaism to say.
He was also the person who got hung on a cross because he was a false prophet. He said, "Hey guys, I'm the Messiah," and the Jews are like, "No, you're not." Dink, dink, dink. There goes one nail through your left hand. Dink, dink, dink. Oh, there's another nail through your right hand. Oh, sorry about that. Were you saying you were God? Oh, because our book says you're not.
Say, look, you could follow the book of Leviticus and all the rituals it takes to become a good Jew, which is there's a certain way to quarter a calf, and there's a certain things you can't eat, and you have to bathe, and you have to do all these rituals. And he said, way too complicated. We're never going to spread the word this way. He said, just make it simple. Do what Rabbi Hillel said in the Old Testament. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you.
Rabbi Hillel. Wait, I got something in my throat. Rabbi
you and hold only one God as your God, the Father, so that we're all. The idea of a monolithic God is that there's one Father. We're all brothers and sisters. That way, we're all of the same moral worth. That way, I can't judge you. That way, I don't know what you're worth. Only God does. I don't know. I don't know where you have. I don't know what your value is. You're a human being. I can't quantify that. I think.
Oh, what a fantastic point brought about by superstition. Oh, everybody has equal value, and you shouldn't go about, hurting other people for no reason. And this needs to be told to us through children's stories. Isn't that great? Don't hurt your neighbor because you will be strucken down by lightning, heathen. Isn't the Bible great and morals amazing? This is why morals in a biblical sense have never made sense to me, because it's always made sense as a choice, not as a something told from upon high. You will do this or else. That's what I did when I was a kid, not when I was making adult ethical decisions. At least that's what I thought. But Brian Callen, go on.
I think that's a beautiful thing. I think we all benefit from that religious and that Judeo-Christian idea, whether we know it or not. And if you want to replace that, my only issue with atheists is if you want to try to replace
atheists,
that irrational idea that we're all the same moral worth, because you can't prove it.
Okay, first off, he's starting with a straw man by saying that we all believe this inherently through his means, right? So this is already taken as true before he starts into this. And he's saying, who's gonna replace this thing that I imagine by my imagination built from straw? This straw man that I've built from fucking nothing. What's going to replace that?
But if mathematically or biologically, but what are you going to replace that with? Rationality? You want to run a society on rationality?
They can't do that.
Yeah, before Joe starts in and says and agrees with the straw man saying that we're just going to build our society off of rationality, as if we're all Stephen Hawking's in a chair going, yes, love one another, do not hurt each other. No, it's not just reason. There is also emotions that we care about, right? We're primitive beings that have a lot in common with our ancestors that are chimpanzees that exhibit lots of emotions. But the difference is that we've established prefrontal cortexes, which have allowed us to understand the primitive and what that entails. Meaning, it may feel good to do something, but we shouldn't necessarily go acting upon it. So how are we going to build a society off pure reason? It's as to say, how have we become to be? Well, we started as non-rational beings, and we've come to be rational ones. So what the fuck are you talking about? We will do it through secular means, as we do in America. Everyone can live the lives they want to live as long as they don't intrude on others. Something simplistic that you can understand. The golden rule.
Well, that's the most dangerous idea in the world.
Ethics?
It's still the most dangerous idea in the world, because ethics have to be predicated. There's got to be bedrock
The most
that you can
dangerous idea.
Yeah, and that bedrock has to be God. In order for us to care about our neighbors and my baby, God has to exist. Or else there is no bedrock to morality, bro. Yeah, like the fact that I don't like to be set on fire. The fact that I don't like to see my children be set on fire. Somehow God needs to exist for these things to be true within inside our human nature. I think you're starting with a claim and saying it's true without dissecting it beforehand. So I think these things exist within inside of us before you go saying, well, they exist inside of us because this. Well, how about they just exist within inside of us? And that's fine.
In the world.
Well, because let me give you an example. It's very rational, mathematically, to suggest that anybody who is mentally handicapped is draining resources from our gifted children. And I'm telling you now, in a lot of
Oh, so let's go eugenics with it. You're gonna say that certain, certain people within inside society don't, they don't share in the whole enterprise of what we're trying to do here. So we're just gonna cast them aside and not deal with them. Now imagine a society that would do that. That would say, okay, we've measured your worth. Your worth has been calculated to 19% of that of the human being that we regard as whole. So we're just going to kill you. Now imagine it's almost like the juxtaposition between heaven and hell, saying the good get to be in heaven and the bad get to be in hell. So that's ultimately the dichotomy he's building here. Well, if we were to work strictly off reason, wouldn't you just kill the people that couldn't contribute? No, obviously, because we're not working strictly off reason. We use reason to enlighten the love that we have for humanity. And that says don't just go killing people for no goddamn good reason. But wouldn't reason say that you just kill people? No, it wouldn't.
What if we live in
societies throughout
abundance?
history.
What if we live in abundance? There's
Throughout-
plenty of people to take care of the people that are handicapped.
Because abundance doesn't always last, and you can't predict abundance.
Okay, well, that's different between saying just, oh, people aren't contributing. If we're talking about an actual shortage of goods, well, then things change. Morals will change when there are actual lives at stake, but he's not. I'll let him outline it first before I go off on my whole shit.
And a lot of times there
But it's
isn't.
here right now.
Not really. Not for a lot of
not?
people.
Right here?
It'd be very easy to justify if you were just prayed to the God of rationality. It'd be very easy to justify. And people have done this in history.
What, like from Marvel, whatever that dude's name is, snap your fingers, kill half the universe, you'd be justified because in the aftermath, the good that would come out of it would be better than letting everyone suffer without, substance or food. Or I just think this is a horrible argument. I think to say that if people are going to starve regardless, then I'm going to be the hand that moves that death. You cannot say at which point these people are going to starve. You cannot say at which point, because these gray areas exist. And to say that you could, through pure rationale, dictate when people should die would be to say that you know all the answers, which you don't. But I could say that there is probably a better time for some things to happen than others, given the outcome, given that if we didn't set off that one nuke, and some people said that's a travesty that we did in the first place, but if we didn't set off the nuke, a subsequent 5 million people would have died, where within setting off the nuke, only 1 million people died. Well, then we get into consequentialism and utilitarianism, and I fall along those lines, which is rational, but it also takes into account at baseline axiomatically that we care about human beings. Because what is utilitarianism and consequentialism without the care for human beings, which is what he says, void of rationale? Ultimately, it's a fucking stupid thing to say. in so many words.
Which is what I worry about.
Sure.
Hey, let's get rid of all the people that are draining our resources, because they're hopeless anyway.
Yeah.
People on breathing machines, people who are severely retarded, whatever they are, severely handicapped. They're draining resources. I know.
Yeah, so let's kill all the retarded people, and also let's kill all the poor people, and then all the rich people can be rich. That's reasonable, right? That makes total rational sense. Let's kill everybody and make myself rich. Totally reasonable.
You love them, but listen, we need this money for over here. You're in a hospital, you're taking money.
Mm-hmm.
The very old, the very infirm.
So you think we need religion to keep you from taking people off life support?
Well,
I mean, that is basically the argument. I had an argument not that long ago with someone else, and they said, well, what are you going to... I literally just had a conniption fit there. What are you going to say to someone when they're on their deathbed? what are you going to tell them when they're slipping into darkness? I don't fucking know. What am I going to tell myself? I don't know. I only know what I think is true and what I think is not true. Why are you asking me what you're going to feel when you're dying? I mean, that's basically what Brian Callen is asking right now. Well, we're all going to die. And what are you going to tell people? I don't know. But that's not the fucking question I was trying to answer.
I will say that I think religion, and specifically the Judeo-Christian ethic, and I include Islam in that. And by the way, I mean, Buddhism talks about the sacredness of a sentient being. These religions are there because, and I think we benefit from it. I think that all of us.
I think we do too.
I mean, where does our justice system is predicated? It's predicated on the idea that all men are created equal.
We benefit from it, but there's also real problems with it.
Of course.
There's real problems with any ideology.
But be careful in what you
But when
if
you- but
you
I-
take
but I
it
don't
away.
understand-
Okay, we'll stop on that. He said that our justice system is predicated off the basis that all men are created equal, which is true, but that is not, I mean, at least conceptually, underneath God. It is underneath the basis that you cannot have a justice system unless all people are created equal. Therefore, it would not be a justice system. It would be a hierarchical system of people who are granted rights over others. So, by definition, it wouldn't be a justice system.
Is why you think it can't be replaced with logic and reason.
Because logic and reason has pitfalls.
But you're assuming
there's nothing
that
logical.
Hold on, assuming that logic and reason doesn't also have compassion. So like you.
Thank you, Joe Rogan. It's like, well, that's also a dumb thing to say. It's like, yeah, logic and reason don't have compassion. Neither do compassion have logic and reason. But when you ultimately break them down, they are dependent on one another. You cannot have logic and reason without compassion, and you cannot have compassion without logic and reason. Each of them will break down without the other. Try to be compassionate for someone without being logical towards what you think is best for them. Right? And try being logical without being compassionate towards the logical system in which logic works. They are both dependent on one another, and this is why I've never understood the divide. It works in the means of, yeah, you cannot get an is from an ought, but when you break the system down and you speak axiomatically, then sure you can. But I've never really quite understood it. Why people are so hung up on it.
You wouldn't have compassion for the people that are mentally handicapped.
Oh, it does. It does. It's too fickle. What I'm trying to say is this. There's something very irrational and very religious about the idea that all men are created equal. That we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, right?
Yeah.
And Yuval Harari talks about this brilliantly in his book, which is that you cannot prove mathematically or biologically that the idea that all men are created equal.
Is that Sapiens or the new book?
Yeah, Sapiens is real, right? So because we're not, again, LeBron James, if he's standing next to me, we're not equal. He's my chocolate avatar, right? So, but we inherently know that our humanness, our human essence.
You're not equal physically. He's a super athlete.
But I'm funny.
Okay, so I want to address what Alien said right here. And he says compassion is logical, and that may seem counterintuitive there, but yes, compassion is logical, because when we speak of compassion, we're not speaking of empathy. Empathy is different than compassion. So if we were to speak of empathy just by empathy, then you will do anything for anybody because you feel empathetic for them. So if a drug addict wants heroin, the empathy within inside you will make you get that heroin for him. Compassion, which is logical, will tell you that if you get the heroin for that addict, in the end, it will hurt them. So you can have compassion, but that's separate from empathy, because empathy will not help the person. Compassion will. And that is directly involved in logic. Because how do you help someone strictly off empathy. Well, I'm feeling as if it's basically to say that it's okay to enable people.
Or I have
Maybe
my
he's
own
funny
gifts.
Too.
I
Wouldn't
have
that suck?
Well,
What
yeah.
if he went on stage and murdered?
But there
what
are
if he was
people-
like Eddie Murphy 2.0?
There are people that are better. But
Wouldn't that suck though?
Yes.
If he was LeBron James and he was funnier than you?
Well, he's not a bad actor, I'll tell you that much.
I love how
imagine
Joe
if he
Rogan's
was
just like,
really
"You
funny."
suck,
Like
dude."
if you couldn't follow him.
That's when I give him my girl.
People who are
Imagine
so
that,
much
though?
better than you.
I would present him with my girl
He's
as a
like
gift.
what? 6 foot what? 11?
He's 6'9".
Okay, 6'9". 6'9".
265.
Built like a god.
Faster than everybody and stronger than everybody.
Amazing.
And
And
like
again-
murders on stage at the store. And when you hit the mic, you have to go like this to get the mic.
All right, that's where basically it ends. I don't know if I did a good video. I probably didn't. It probably sucked. I'll probably scrap it. But this was fun. But now I'm really high. And I'm going to bid y'all adieu. I hope you all have a good night. Like I have had one. And I hope to see you again. If I ever do. I don't know. I might die between the next time. You know, this time and the next time we see each other. I was thinking about going to Hawaii. My dad might pay for it. But who knows? I'm afraid of planes, so I might be dead in the ocean in a week. So, I don't know. I would present him with my girl. Cut confession. Alright, but anyways, I'll see you guys later. I am Audi 5000. Bye-bye.